While there are numerous aircraft of differing significance from World War II, one aircraft stands above the others, the Boeing B29 Superfortress. This monster of an airplane was not only a critical asset to the United States during World War II, but it serves as a milestone in the realm of aviation technology, incorporating new features at the time that made it like nothing seen before. Today, we are going to take a look at its troublesome development, the features that set it apart from its contemporaries, and how the B-29 would change the world forever. Well, we have a lot to get into, so let's begin. In 1938, the U.S. Army Air Corps issued a call for a new bomber that would have better performance, range, and payload capabilities than existing bombers. This led to a design competition between various manufacturers. Boeing began work on its design under the project name Model 345. They aimed to create a pressurized cabin bomber, which would allow the aircraft to fly at higher altitudes where there was less air resistance and fewer enemy defenses. The new bomber design incorporated many state-of-the-art technologies, including a pressurized cabin, remote-controlled gun turrets, advanced engines, and radar-guided bombing systems. The first full-scale mock-up was ready by June 1940. A series of design changes followed, based on input from the Army Air Corps. Later that year, the Army Air Corps awarded Boeing a contract for 2 flyable prototypes. The development of the B-29 prototypes faced numerous challenges. There were issues with the engines and the complexity of the new systems, such as the pressurization and remote gun systems. Nevertheless, the first prototype, known as the XB-29, made its maiden flight on September 21st, 1942. The aircraft showed promise, but also revealed many technical problems that needed to be addressed. The extensive testing revealed problems with the engines, cooling systems, and other components. Several crashes and mishaps during testing led to design changes and further delays. A tragic accident in 1943 killed several key members of the development team, including Boeing's chief test pilot. Despite the ongoing issues, the B-29 was ordered into production even before testing was completed. The urgency of the war effort pushed the project ahead. The scale and complexity of the B-29 project necessitated collaboration between multiple manufacturers and subcontractors. Plants were established by Bell, Martin, and North American, in addition to Boeing's own facilities. By 1943, the design had matured enough to begin mass production. The program faced further setbacks, but moved forward with a sense of urgency. The design and development of the Boeing B-29 Superfortress was a complex and arduous process, marked by innovation, collaboration, and significant challenges. The ambitious requirements for the aircraft pushed the boundaries of technology and manufacturing of the time, leading to groundbreaking advances but also numerous hurdles. And as a result, the B-29 would become the most advanced aircraft at the time. Equipped with new radar systems, the B-29 had capabilities for navigation and bombing in all-weather conditions, something other bombers did not have. And when the crew had to deal with enemy fighters, the B-29 was equipped with computerized, remote-controlled gun turrets, in which the gunners used periscopes and remote sighting devices to aim the weapons, a first in military aviation. It was powered by 4 Wright R-3350 duplex Cyclone radial engines, each producing 2,200 horsepower. These engines had advanced turbo superchargers, allowing the plane to maintain power at high altitudes. The B-29 had 2 large bomb bays, allowing it to carry up to 20,000 pounds of bombs. This was a substantial payload for the time. Its tricycle landing gear design was a departure from the traditional tailwheel configuration of previous bombers, enhancing ground handling and stability. The B-29 had a sleek, streamlined design with a high wing and long, narrow fuselage. Its wings were given a high aspect ratio, contributing to better lift and efficiency. With a range of around 3,250 miles, the B-29 had the ability to strike targets deep within enemy territory, and it could reach a top speed of around 357 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest bombers of the era. Armed with 12 50 caliber machine guns and remote controlled turrets and a 20mm cannon in the tail, the B-29 had robust defensive capabilities. The aircraft typically had a crew of 11, including pilots, navigators, bombardiers, gunners, and engineers. In summary, the B-29 Superfortress's design characteristics and capabilities marked it as a cutting-edge technological achievement for its time. Its unique combination of range, altitude, payload, and defensive features allowed it to serve in many mission roles, starting in the Pacific Theater in 1944. Early missions targeted Japanese industrial facilities, but mechanical problems and strong Japanese defenses challenged initial efforts. However, with the capture of the Mariana Islands, the B-29s were able to operate from bases much closer to Japan. This allowed for more consistent bombing raids on Japanese cities and industrial targets. Beginning in early 1945, B-29s launched a series of devastating firebombing raids on Japanese cities. The most notable was the firebombing of Tokyo on March 9th and 10th, which destroyed much of the city and killed tens of thousands. The B-29 would then be chosen to deliver the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. The aircraft Enola Gay dropped the first bomb on Hiroshima, and Boxcar dropped the second on Nagasaki. These missions played a decisive role in Japan's surrender and would change the world forever, as it marked the first and only time atomic bombs were used in warfare. The end of World War II was not the end of the B-29 service though. B-29s were deployed in the Korean War, initially dominating the skies. They conducted both conventional and incendiary bombing missions. However, the introduction of the Soviet MiG-15 fighters posed a significant threat, leading to changes in the B-29's tactics and roles. B-29s were also used by the Strategic Air Command in the early years of the Cold War, serving as part of the US nuclear deterrent. They were eventually replaced by jet-powered bombers, but continued to serve in various auxiliary roles. Many B-29s were converted for different purposes, including aerial refueling and reconnaissance. These variants extended the usefulness of the platform. The B-29 was gradually phased out of US service through the 1950s and early 1960s. The last B-29 in military service was retired in September 1960. The B-29 service record illustrates its versatility, effectiveness, and resilience. Though initially plagued by technical problems, it became one of the most iconic aircraft of World War II and continued to play a significant role in subsequent conflicts and various peacetime missions. Its groundbreaking design and historical significance have ensured its place as one of the most important aircraft in aviation history. But hey, let me know in the comments if you think there's a more important aircraft in aviation history. Anyways, take it easy.